Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today looking at the first of the beers that was sent to me from my subscriber David out in the United States. Thanks a bunch, dude. Very kind of you to send that big box. He's pretty much sent a box every year now, which is amazing. So I get to try some of the American goodies that I can't really get over here. So first beer, guys, it's going to be a seasonal beer. It's going to be the spring release of the seasonal series from Dogfish Head. So Dogfish Head has, you know, their regular lineup, the special releases, and then they have the seasonal release. And I think it's changed for this year. So, or maybe it was last year they changed it. I'm not completely sure. But this is their spring release, and this is the Dogfish Head Romantic Chemistry IPA on 7.2% alcohol, brewed with mango, apricots, and ginger. So, I guess it's a hop. I mean, the label is amazing. I think it's a hop cone hugging a mango and an apricot. It's kind of random. We actually started getting Dogfish Head locally, and also, well, in Denmark in general. But the problem is the bottles are super old, and they're freaking expensive. I think a bottle of 80 minute is 60 minute is 80 kroners. Yeah, it's 60 minute, and or is it? Or maybe it's 90 minute. I think it's a double IPA, so it must be 90 minute. But it's 80 kroners. And 80 kroners is like almost like $16, $17 for a small bottle. Why the fuck are they so expensive? Noble Rot is almost $40. And that's a bomb or a big 750, but that is way too much. So, and again, they're not super fresh bottles, but oh well. But it's cool, though, that I get to try some Dogfish Head. And it's cool seeing it locally, but I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up at that price point. That's just too much. Especially considering Danish standards. Yeah, it's high, but that's just insane. So this should be really interesting. It says, hey, what you have here is a serious IPA. Shacking up and hunkering down with mangoes, apricots at the same time. So, yeah, and the art was done by Drew Millard, and the art is amazing. I think, as I said, this is a new release in their seasonal series. I think the other one was called Peaches something, had a bear on it. It wasn't made with mangoes as well. It was just a peach IPA or something like that, which they don't make anymore, I think. I think this is the substitute for that. But correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm not entirely sure. I'm also breaking out in the first review my new IPA glass, which Dogfish Head helped create. So that's fitting. So let's give you guys an up-close pour for once. So this kind of follows the tradition that's become really popular of making fruited IPAs. The king of fruited IPAs in my mind is still Brewski in Sweden, so that's hard to beat. They are insane. Pango Fever and Mango Fever are insanely good. So that looks really nice in the glass. It's got a more old school IPA color to it. Kind of like a hazy, or not hazy, it's not hazy at all, it's filtered. It's a golden, kind of slightly orange color, copper color. Nice 3-finger beige head. The head retention and the head this glass, IPA glass generates is really nice. But let's check out the aroma on the Romantic Chemistry by Dogfish Head. Yeah, it smells pretty much like a more traditional IPA with lots of grapefruit, but then you get a little bit of mango and apricot action. I'm not really picking up with the ginger though. Oh, that was apricot right there. Oh yeah, some sweet citrus going on too. It's got a little bit of a caramel maltiness, sweetness. As the date on this, it's released April, or yeah, March, April, and May. So, and it's not the first batch, so it's probably max a month old by now. Because now we have April, but it smells pretty nice. There's maybe a little bit of ginger, but some sweet malt, caramel malt. It's not insanely popping as I thought it'd be on the kind of fruit aromas, but it's definitely like a apricot, peachy stone fruit thing that dominates, with a little bit of a sweeter mango, and then definitely like grapefruit and whatnot. It smells more like a traditional, more old school American IPA with fruit, but hey, that might change on the flavor, so let's give it a taste. And cheers, and thanks a bunch to David for the beer. Oh yeah, very old school American IPA with a kick of sweet mango and a kick of that apricot flavor. And the ginger is a little hidden, it's more on the back end, but it's not intense. wow. It's fun to think. It's that these kind of beers like Dogfish does and whatnot, how not hop flavored they are. I mean, the hop flavor is no way near what's being done by a lot of newer breweries. I mean, just here in Europe as well. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Sweet apricot, sweet mango, grapefruit, pine, a little bit of resiny, almost old school East Coast IPA. There's a good kick of caramel malt and a little bit of sweet maltiness. It doesn't taste old at all. It tastes fresh. The hop flavor is fresh, but it's much more toned down than I thought it'd be, which is pretty interesting. There's no like tea leaf hop or anything. Like the easiest way to find out if your IPA is old is look for the tea leaf hop flavor, because that is a clear sign that you have an older bottle of IPA. This does not have that, but it has quite a big malt backbone, which is pretty interesting considering it's an IPA that should showcase apricot, mango, and ginger. It's a nice, lighter fruited IPA. It's not as intense as something like the grapefruit sculpin or whatnot, but it's still nice stuff. Dogfish Head makes nice beers, but they're not as new school as, you know, some of other breweries are doing. I mean, even Stone changed up a lot of their recipes because the trend is now going more into more hop flavor than malt. So still nice stuff. So rating wise, guys, for the Dogfish Head Romantic Chemistry IPA, let's go with an 88. It's pretty nice, but it's got a little too much malt flavor. The malt flavor kind of dominates over the hops. It's not a bad beer, but it for me, this could have a lot less malt flavor than hop flavor. Or the other way around, a lot less malt flavor and much more hop flavor. Because even though it tastes fresh, there's quite a lot of caramel, sweet malt, and toffee notes and whatnot. But no other tea leaf and old hops. And then because of that, the fruit, the apricot, and the ginger, and the mango also is a little bit on the back end. But still a nice beer. And still thanks a ton to David for sending this one out. You rule, dude. This was fun to try, especially because it's been a long time since I've had any Dogfish Head beer. So, guys, if you've had a chance to try the Dogfish Head Romantic Chemistry IPA, definitely let me know what you think of it. It's their spring seasonal, so get it while you can. And yeah, as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. And I'm going to say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.